By 1746, frontier market towns connected distant settlements, bringing trade, prosperity, and lasting communities to the expanding continent.
By 1747, commerce had become the driving force behind the prosperity of Britain's American colonies. By 1748, the colonies had grown into a prosperous society connected by trade, education. In 1748, the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle ended a European war, but rivalry in North. By 1749, the Ohio Valley attracted growing attention because of its rich land and strategic. By 1750, both Britain and France were exploring the Ohio Valley, recognizing its importance for the future of North America. By 1752, British settlements continued expanding westward as interest in the Ohio Valley steadily increased. By 1751, France strengthened its presence by building frontier forts to protect trade and secure the Ohio Valley. By 1753, British and French claims increasingly overlapped, making the Ohio Valley.
In 1753, British colonial leaders prepared a diplomatic mission, hoping to resolve tensions in the Ohio Valley.
In 1753, British representatives peacefully delivered an official message to the French commanders in the Ohio Valley.
By 754, both Britain and France increased their presence across the Ohio Valley.
In 1754, control of the Ohio Valley became increasingly important as Britain and France. In 1754, Britain began building Fort Prince George, but France quickly secured the site.
May 1754, George Washington's patrol moved carefully through the Ohio Valley, unaware that history was about to change. After entering the Ohio Valley, George Washington and his men established a small frontier camp that would soon become Fort Necessity. Heavy rain surrounded Fort Necessity as Washington and his men prepared for whatever might come next. In the summer of 1754, the frontier campaign came to an end, but a much larger conflict was only beginning. The expedition returned east, carrying lessons that would soon influence the future of North America.
Although the frontier remained uncertain, new settlements continued to grow, bringing hope and opportunity
across the colonies. Daily life continued, even as events on the frontier began changing the future of North America.
Important news traveled from colony to colony as leaders prepared for an uncertain future. Even during winter, the frontier continued to grow as settlers built new communities across the American colonies. As spring returned, new settlers continued moving west, bringing fresh hope and new
In 1755, Britain organized a massive expedition, sending soldiers and supplies toward the Ohio frontier. The long expedition moved slowly west, carrying soldiers, supplies, and hope toward the Ohio frontier. The expedition paused beside the river, making final preparations before continuing toward the western frontier. With preparations complete, the British expedition continued its march deeper into the Ohio Valley, unaware of the challenges waiting ahead. As the expedition moved farther west, the forests became quieter, and every mile brought new uncertainty. In July 1755, the British expedition suddenly encountered danger along the Monongahela as the quiet forest erupted with uncertainty. Hidden among the trees, the attackers used the forest to their advantage, while the British column struggled to respond. The fighting intensified as black powder smoke filled the forest, making it difficult for either side to see clearly. Confusion spread across the battlefield as smoke, dense forests, and constant musket fire changed the course of the expedition.